Their minds to company leaders today at a hearing about a proposed hike to their Southwestern Electric Power Company bills. Back in March, the company originally proposed a 27% residential rate increase, and that number has gone down, but the Fayetteville environmental director says it would still add about $30 a month for the average customer. SWEPCO says it needs to do this to repair the Flint Creek coal plant in Benton County and invest in wind and power to offset the rising operational costs. There has been some pushback, though, since the announcement.
In particular, the city of Fayetteville has strenuously objected to the spending on that coal plant. We don't believe that the analysis that SWEPCO conducted to justify the improvements was accurate and valid.
The Arkansas Public Service Commission could decide by the end of the year whether to allow the rate increase. You can weigh in at that public meeting. Starts tonight at 6. That'll be at Northwest Arkansas Community College in Springdale. Intense opinions are being shared on Capitol Hill over Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and strikes on alleged drug boats. Hegseth is also facing scrutiny, a new Inspector General report over his use of a messaging app to relay sensitive military information. Natalie Brand has more.
Admiral, General, what's your message to the American people?
Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley arrived on Capitol Hill to face questions from lawmakers about the Trump administration's September 2nd strike on an alleged drug boat off the coast of Venezuela.
The Admiral confirmed that there had not been a kill them all order.
A source tells CBS News that 2 survivors were trying to climb back onto the boat and allegedly attempting to salvage some of the drugs before it was hit a second time. Some lawmakers say the action could constitute a war crime if the military targeted survivors.
Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. Bad guys, but attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the decision on the second strike was made by Admiral Bradley and called it legal and justified.
Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Secretary Hegseth is also facing renewed scrutiny over a Pentagon Inspector General report into his use of the messaging app Signal to relay details to other administration officials about a military operation in Yemen back in March.
The newly released IG report found the secretary's actions did not comply with DoD procedure and risked potential compromise of sensitive DoD information, which could cause harm to personnel and mission objectives.
That put those pilots flying those strikes at risk.
The IG review found that key information posted by Hegseth came from a classified email marked secret, but it's unclear whether Hegseth declassified that info before posting it. On social media, Hegseth called the report a total exoneration, saying no classified information was shared. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
House Democrats have released what they say are never-before-seen images from the infamous Epstein Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The images reveal the bedrooms, ocean views, the pool, and the den where a blackboard shows the words "power and deception" written on it. Another shows a dental chair, which a source tells CBS News was built for one of Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriends who was studying to be a dentist. The photos were obtained by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, calling on the DOJ to release all files related to the Epstein case.
We're letting the administration know that we're going to continue to get files, whether it's through the Epstein estate, whether it's through the Virgin Islands, whether it's through the banks, and we're going to put information together to ensure this investigation moves forward and gets justice for the survivors.
Last month, amid bipartisan pressure, President Trump signed a bill to release the Department of Justice's full Epstein case files. The deadline for doing so is now just 2 weeks away. And President Trump's immigration crackdown has now reached New Orleans, where federal agents targeted workers at places like Home Depot and Lowe's this week. The operation spread across the metro area, drawing criticism from community members who say immigrants are too afraid to leave their homes.
People are just really scared. Regardless of what their immigration status is, they're worried about people being arrested. I've gotten calls from teachers who are worried because their students don't want to show up to school.
Border Patrol says hundreds of agents were involved in the operation. Cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and Charlotte have seen similar large-scale arrests happening as protests continue, and the city launches a new portal for people to report any potential abuse by federal immigration officers.